Hey, good afternoon, fam. Good afternoon. Hope all is well with everybody. Listen, I've been wanting to do this video for a minute, right? And for some reason, I either forget or whatever, right? And I kind of want to go over something with you guys because, when we talked about getting life insurance, right? And when we talk about long-term care, or more so, I prefer living benefits, right? And I'm going to go over the reason why in a minute, right? A lot of y'all don't know, and I hope this doesn't come up offensive, right? But some of y'all might end up costing your children dearly. Right? There's a law out there called the Filial Law. In whatever state you're at, look it up. Maryland does no longer have it. They repealed it, I believe, in 2017. I believe Maryland repealed that law. But the Filial Law, and I looked this up today, right, just to give you guys a real good definition of what this is, right? And give me 1 second to put this up for you, right? And I know I'm driving, I shouldn't be doing this, but this is important. I keep forgetting, right? The Filial Law, for example, in Virginia, filial responsibility laws requires adult children to financially support their parents if the parents are unable to support themselves. Specifically, the law states that children 18 or older who have the ability to earn income must assist their parents if their parents are in need. This support can include medical and long-term care expenses. If multiple children are responsible, they can share burden equally. So, some of y'all have parents right now who don't have life insurance. If a parent don't have life insurance, there's a high likelihood they don't have living benefits or long-term care. There's a high likelihood, okay? And if something happens to them and they live in the state of Virginia, for example, and the government have to kick in to help that individual, they're gonna go after the children for their money. I heard a client told me this once before. I didn't believe it. I had to look it up. Hence the reason why I got insurance on my mom. I was like, I'm not gonna play those games. You understand? Like, I'm not gonna wait till, God forbid, my mom is healthy. She's like super healthy. Like super healthy. So thank God for that. But we never know, right? So God forbid something happen and it involves like a massive amount of money and we don't have it between me and my brothers, whatever, and we don't have it, and we have to depend on getting support from the government, and then they want to come back later after us to get the money back. It's some wild stuff. And some of y'all who are watching this right now don't have life insurance. You don't have life insurance because, and the reason why I'm bringing up life insurance, because with the newer type of life insurance, with some company, not all, there's something called living benefits, which get packaged into your life insurance policy. Okay, so it's almost like having long-term care that get packaged inside your life insurance policy. Instead of you having to pay a life insurance premium and then go buy a long-term care policy on the side, which now inflate your monthly cost of bills or whatever like that, you can just pay all in one life insurance premium living benefits, right? And what's long-term care? So pretty much a person that might need long-term care is a person who might be unable to care for themselves. Right? Let's say 2 out of 6 of daily living activity, like bathing themselves, feeding themselves, clothing themselves, things like that, right? And they might need long-term care. Let's say they had cancer, let's say they had a heart attack or massive stroke, whatever, you know what I'm saying, can fall into that situation. And some of y'all, I did a video probably a year or so ago when I talked about this. Like, some of y'all are going to be a burden on your children. Some of y'all are going to be a burden on your children. And your children, if they're your children, are not going to say, oh no, I'm not going to help mom and dad. They're not going to say that. They're going to keep their mouth shut and do it. But deep inside, it's killing them. Deep inside, it's killing them financially. Some children actually wash their hands and say, I'm not going to do it. I've heard stories of some children that say, well, you wasn't a good mom, you wasn't a good dad, or you are irresponsible and you should have done what you're supposed to do. I don't know. I can't help you, mom. I can't help you, dad, which is wild. It happens. But I also don't believe that it is the children's responsibility to take care of you. Listen to me. When you live in the United States of America, and we have all these benefits and these privileges in our hand, i.e. insurances, that allow you to not be dependent on anybody, that allow you to fend for yourself and take care of yourself, and you don't do it. You rather spend your money on other things like bags and traveling and things like that, and you don't consider your health. Like, God forbid something happens to you, how are you going to be okay? How are you going to be okay? You know, in Maryland, right, the average cost for an assisted living home is $9,000 a month. Did y'all know that? $9,000 a month. Who's gonna pay for that? This is real talk. Who is going to pay for that? So this is what I mean. Like, a lot of y'all are gonna put your kids in a bad situation, and most kids are not gonna be able to afford it. So guess what? I'm moving mom or dad into our marital home. Now problem starts. Now problem starts. So listen, I want to take a moment to just educate you guys a little bit and inform you just a little bit. Look up your state. It's called Filial Law. I know Virginia had it for sure. Maryland had it, but they repealed it. I believe Ohio have it. Most of these Commonwealth states have this. Right? Like, where the children, they will come after the children for the reimbursement of the money that the state used to take care of their parent. Yo, when my client told me that, I thought she was bullshit. I thought she was full of crap. I thought she was lying. And I had to look it up. She was like, they came after her and her siblings. I had to look it up. So listen, I want to share that with you guys today. If you're out, if you need more information on living benefits, you can contact me at 443-208-5480. And let me just, before I close out, let me just define what living benefits is, right? Living benefits is pretty much, it covers three things: terminal illness, chronic illness, and critical illness. Terminal illness, you go to the doctor, they say you have 12 months to 24 months to live. That's terminal. Chronic illness, you are unable to perform 2 out of 6 of the daily living activity. Again, bathing yourself, clothing yourself, toilets, incontinence, stuff like that. If you are unable to perform 2 out of 6 of the daily living activity, you are essentially chronically ill. Okay? And then, last but not least, critical illness. Cancer, heart attack, stroke, dementia, renal failure, dialysis, stuff like that. Okay? That's a critical illness. Okay? And of all the things I've listed, I know anyone who's watching this know of somebody who have experienced this, and you might know how financially devastated it made their family. I know I have an agent right now, older gentleman, who is going through this right now. The wife, I forgot what stage dementia she's in, but it's getting worse. They have to commit her to a home. Okay? It's devastating the family financially right now. Right now. The husband, he himself is also, the agent, he himself is also not well. So we don't think about this because we're young and vibrant, and we think this will never. This is why I love life insurance with living benefits, because when you invest into that, it's not even a long-term commitment, especially if it's in an IUL format. You invest into it for a little bit. After that, you wash your hands off of it, and it does what it does. If you want more information, again, you can text me at 443-208-5480. That's 443-208-5480. Or you can email me at evolve@titanevolutiongroup.com, or go to my site. We got a bunch of information on my site in reference to long-term care, living benefits, life insurance, mortgage protection. And if there's anything in there that you might feel like you need more information on, okay, fill out the form. They'll send it over to me, and I'll contact you ASAP. And my website is titanevolutiongroup.com. That's titanevolutiongroup.com. I will put that in the description. Other than that, I hope you guys have a wonderful and blessed rest of your day. Talk to y'all soon.